Detective Ace. It was a beautiful day in Cornstone Town. Ace, a 14-year-old, was merrily walking about the road, his eidetic memory carefully capturing everything that met his gaze. You see, Ace was not an ordinary boy, which you will find out now.
You know, that is a pretty bad undercover operation you are running.
Excuse me?
You are a cop!
How did you?
Pretty simple. First of all, you did not thank me when I gave you the coin. You looked frustrated. You hate this sitting posture because your back hurts and yet you can't move. Your lips aren't rugged and your beard looks clean, something that not most beggars would have. And the brown patches all over your face and body isn't dirt. It's turpentine, chemical formula C10H16, used for several things, amongst making shoe polish. But the biggest giveaway is the earpiece that you keep touching with your forefinger every now and then.
What?
And your partner over there makes it very obvious with the shape of the gun protruding from under his shirt.
Ace then began to walk away when the astounded cop, whose name was Mark, called out to him.
Hey kid, you think you are so smart, huh?
No, I am not smart. Smart is boring. I am sharp. By the way, what is it that you are trying to crack?
I hate to discuss this with a kid, but I will tell you. We have been looking for a shoplifter who has troubled this community for the last few days. Right now, as we speak, there has been a theft at that store, and yet we don't see anyone walking out of there with the pickings.
You should have told me earlier. That lady over there with her apparent husband is the shoplifter.
What? That pregnant woman?
She isn't pregnant. The baby bump is not real. It is where the loot is.
That's a pretty wild accusation, mister.
You see, the two look like a couple, and yet the man has a wedding ring on, while the woman doesn't. Not just that, she doesn't even have a ring mark around her ring finger. Also, they are sweating profusely on such a pleasant day. That's not the weather, that's worry. And she dropped an ear pod, which she wanted to pick up, but the man did not let her stop.
You saw all of that?
Didn't see, observed. Now, you don't want to lose them.
Are you sure?
I am always sure.
Yes, she has it.
Wow, that kid is good. Wait, where did he go?
The 3 children go missing in 3 consecutive days, and all of them have one thing in common. This note that says, "Find me if you can." Whoever is the kidnapper, he is teasing us.
We have looked everywhere. The surveillance cameras, check posts, passenger logs of trains and flights. We have nothing.
There has to be... Wait. What? Bad news, officers. The mayor's wife is missing since morning, and there is a note. The same note. Does the media know? Not yet. We have to go there immediately. Sir, there is someone who can help us. A civilian. He is very smart. Civilian? We can't do that. You know it is against... Sir, we have no leads and the media will soon find out. And the children, we don't know where they are trapped and how they are being treated. All right, but he doesn't speak to anyone about this. Thank you. Can't believe you convinced my parents to let me help you with the investigation. It was difficult at first, but when I told them about the missing children, they at once agreed. Where are we going? To the mayor's house. I will tell you all about the case on our way. So, it started with this 10-year-old girl.
When Ace and Mark reached the mayor's house, they found that the other police officers were already there. Officer Mark began to ask his questions, while Ace started to deduce the world around him.
I woke up at 6 and she wasn't there. Instead, the note was kept here.
Whose medicines are these?
My wife's.
She has type 2 diabetes?
Yeah, wait. Who is this kid? Well, sir, he is...
Not important, Mayor, sir. It means that she experiences increased urination during the night because of her high blood sugar levels, correct?
Yes.
All the people in the room watched him as he went to the washroom and looked around. Then he turned and walked out of the room.
Wait, where are we going?
To the police station. I need to see all the notes and the surveillance tapes.
Okay. You want to eat something?
An apple would do. Thanks. All of them have the same paper, same ink, 3 children, 1 woman. All go missing in the same way, from their bedroom in the middle of the night. Yet no cameras captured them or the kidnapper.
You really think this kid can crack this? Come on, you're wasting your time, Mark. He got lucky the last time.
What? I got it! Look, that's it. Thank you, officer, whatever your name is. Mark, how old is the mayor's wife?
50.
Come on, we gotta leave now.
Where are we going? You sure you want to talk to the mayor again?
Yes. Did you make that call?
Yes, they are on their way.
Good.
Good. Can't believe a kid is talking to me like he is my superior officer. Yes?
We just have a few more questions.
Sure, come in. What is he doing?
Mark, this better be... Shh! Quiet, please. Me, I am the chief of... Sound is a mechanical vibration. When it hits a wall, it makes it vibrate. And the other side of the wall makes the air on the other side vibrate. A good solid wall won't disperse the vibrations too much, but this one, it has been dampened by water. We talking about vibrations now? Ah, there is a secret basement underneath. The kids are there, and so is the mayor's wife. Yes, vibrations.
What nonsense!
Vibrations don't lie. If anything, they help in tracing the things that the eyes cannot see. A lot of animals use it all the time. Now, the door is behind that shelf. Mr. Mayor always stands there. The last time we were here, he was at the same exact spot. Didn't even move a step.
You have no idea who you're accusing.
Mr. Mayor, they are doing their duty. No one is above the law. Please cooperate.
And so just like Ace had said, the police found the secret basement through the shelf, which was a secret door. There, they found the kids, tied to chairs.
Eat up, kids, or Mommy will be very angry.
Put your hands up in the air.
The mayor's wife and the mayor were arrested, but all had one question in mind. How did Ace find out?
Well, Chief, you see, there are several books on that bookshelf which are about motherhood and children, and look! Mrs. Mayor wanted to be a mother, but never could. She believes it is her bad luck. And then there are the surveillance cameras that show nothing except it clearly shows Mr. Mayor in all the locations where the kidnappings took place.
Yes, he came out of concern.
Who informed him about the first kidnapping? Did you? And yet, he was there right after the police reached. A mayor at a crime location? You see, if you check properly, no one sees the mayor come into any of the 3 houses. But he is seen leaving. How? I will tell you. Mr. Mayor has access to all the cameras in the town. He carefully chose the houses where there is only one camera facing the front of the house. He sneaks into one of the houses at night through the back kidnaps the child and hides them along with himself in their car. When the cops arrive in the morning, Mr. Mayor comes out of his hiding and acts like he came there out of concern and wants to know more about the matter. Later, the cops leave. Mr. Mayor leaves with them, but he returns after an hour alone. He knows the police officers or anyone checking the surveillance footage will only check the night of the kidnapping. The next day doesn't matter. And if anyone did check, Mr. Mayor would simply say that he was there to empathize and give moral support. He plays it to his advantage.
I have stationed officers all over the town. I just want you to know that your child will be found. If there is any call or ransom or anything like that, let me know. I will do everything in my power.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Here's his final act. While leaving, he pretends his car has stopped working.
I am sorry. Can I borrow your car for an hour? I will have it delivered soon.
Sure. And thus, he gets out of the house, taking the child with him right under the nose of their parents.
How did you?
I watched the entire surveillance tape. Saw you come back, but I didn't read much into it. Until Mr. Officer here used the word luck, and it all came together.
What next? Well, the kids reunited with their respective families. The mayor and his wife were sentenced to life imprisonment. And as for Ace, the police officers held a small function to honor him.
Where is Ace? You mean Detective Ace, aka Ace 135 of our detective unit? I have assigned him another case. This one's even bigger. I don't think there is a case this boy cannot solve. He comes in like the wind and disappears like a bolt of lightning.
Ace 135. Interesting code name. What does it mean?
The value of the individual letters in my name. A is 1, C is 3, and E is 5. Consecutive odd numbers. Anyway, so what is it this time? Chief was telling me this case is different.
Yes, this is going to be a tough one. The suspect is being called the Invisible Man.
Do light waves not bounce off his body?
What?
Never mind, this will be fun. Let's go!